After much anticipation throughout this month, the climactic clash has arrived between the pests from the west and lingering cold in the east. The satellite and radar data as of this morning into the early afternoon reveals a massive conglomeration of Atlantic lows affecting northwestern Europe. Over the last few days, it's really been the main driver of the rising temperatures across western and northern Europe in particular, and that's not to mention several waves of rain and wind, and even an episode of strong thunderstorms across Ireland into portions of the UK yesterday. At the same time, southeastern Europe into the Middle East is experiencing vastly different conditions as a result of a frigid air mass descending over the area. This is causing a lot of ocean effect snow to develop across the Black Sea. If we look further south, there isn't much in the way of precipitation right now, but those tightly packed corridors of clouds which seem to endlessly stream south and eastward is evidence of this cold air mass. In fact, this is only the beginning of a somewhat rare and significant episode of cold weather for some of these areas. Let's move on to some high-resolution weather model data to get a better idea of what the next few days will look like. All that purple and pink on the map indicates existing snowpack, quite a lot of it over Bulgaria and Romania due to an extended period of snow earlier this week, and then we have plenty of ocean effect snowfall which continues streaming into northern Turkey throughout the rest of the day today and beyond that. But I also think it's worth mentioning what's happening beyond the Caspian Sea at the same time. Look at this developing low pressure system over western Kazakhstan. This is going to dump significant amounts of snow in a relatively short period of time as cold air continues to gradually push south and east in its wake. Now, focusing back over the Black Sea between today and Saturday, weather models are in strong agreement that this small area of low pressure near Georgia and Russia will continue intensifying as we go into the weekend, affecting coastal areas with strong winds, large waves, and enhanced snowfall rates, especially between Saturday afternoon into Sunday. Then some light to moderate snow starts to show up over Russia again. This is actually part of that snowstorm which developed in Kazakhstan on Friday, and now that it's looping back around, it's going to inject some extra moisture over the Black Sea, enhancing snowfall rates once again on Monday and even into Tuesday before things clear out by the middle of next week. But this is not yet over. Let's rewind this back to Saturday. Some light precipitation starts showing up near Cyprus, and then as it moves inland across Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq, we just might get some light snow down to lower elevations with progressively colder air overtaking the region. But this little piece of energy is going to proceed to cross over the Caspian Sea from Sunday into Monday, developing into another well-defined low-pressure system, this time from Turkmenistan into Kazakhstan. This will produce snow across the area, but even after that begins to fade away and broaden, this cold air will continue pushing east, keeping heavy snow in the forecast as far away as Afghanistan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. By the time this is all said and done around Turkey, look at how significant these snowfall accumulations could be, particularly in the northern fringe of the country. Down in Iraq and Syria, there's some hints of blue outside of the mountains because of the chance of light snow on Saturday. A vast area of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan are all going to be blanketed by heavy snow over the next several days, not to mention very heavy snow across various mountain ranges. It's amazing to say the least when you see how changes in the weather pattern here in Europe can dictate what happens as far away as Central Asia and even beyond that. We're going to head back west in just a moment, but let's take a look at today's featured photos, starting with this one from Chester, United Kingdom on January 1st, 2025. On February 14th, heavy snowfall occurred across Slovenia, including the capital city of Ljubljana where these pictures were taken. On February 16th, skies were clearer after some snow in the Netherlands, and then the day after, on February 17th, look at how heavy the snow was in Skopje, North Macedonia. Here's some amazing scenery coming from the higher terrain of Czechia, and for the first time, here's a featured video from the Swiss Alps a few days ago. What an incredible display of the Northern Lights in Finland on February 19th. The last significant element in association with that conglomeration of lows I showed you in the beginning of the video is arriving today. It has essential pressure around 960 millibars and is located between Iceland and the Faroe Islands. Lots of warm air being pulled along with it into higher latitudes with heavy rain and strong winds spreading across Ireland, the UK, and even Portugal. Some cooler air will move in behind this degrading mess, but it will only last so long. Here comes the next system over the weekend with widespread strong wind and heavy rainfall across all of Ireland and the UK. This will be accompanied by another brief uptick in temperatures, but once this moves off into the Nordic countries on Monday, the pattern is likely going to turn more zonal, which basically means the storm track is going to follow a more even west to east path, ultimately becoming more effective in pushing inclement weather deeper into Europe as we approach the month of March. Since we are trending towards a weather pattern dominated by the Atlantic for the remainder of February, it's not a surprise that Ireland, the UK, Scandinavia, France, and even Iberia can expect some of the heaviest and most widespread rainfall. Another place to watch is, of course, the Mediterranean region because the southern end of those Atlantic systems could raise the risk of flooding. Then, around Turkey and Georgia, we see very significant amounts of liquid precipitation on this graphic. Thankfully, it will not be a flood concern, but it will definitely mean a lot of snow for this area. Anyways, that's everything I wanted to cover in this video, but my next forecast should be out in a few days, so make sure you stay tuned for its release. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.